This was not your typical conversation about body count. We have those conversations all the time and they can get tired. And I don't even discuss it. I don't even cover it anymore. But I decided to cover this one because they had it from a unique angle. They asked the woman, what number can a guy have to where it will be a completely no dice, no mas deal breaker? Because we have a no mas moment where we just not going after a certain point. The question is set up in a way to where it will provoke or prompt women to lie, but these women actually told the truth. But the truth that they told exposes something else that we don't necessarily think about as much.
What body count is too much for a man to have where you will, let's say he's your dream guy. Let's assume he's your dream guy. What would be the disqualifying number of body count that he has? Shoot.
70.
Well, hold on. We'll start here.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I don't really worry about the body count.
You don't care?
No, I
Okay.
don't care.
Like if he has like over, 200, then maybe he's like a sex addict.
Okay.
And then that's like a topic like we have to discuss. Like, okay.
But would it disqualify him though?
No, it wouldn't disqualify
So you
him.
don't care. What about you? Is there a number too high for you?
No, I'm not focused on it.
No?
I love an experience, but I think like 50 is too much.
50 is too much for you? Guy, right? And you find out you're about to, you think he's going to propose to you. You guys are on a romantic getaway and he proposes to you. And then you find out by looking at his phone that he keeps a list of all the girls he's had sex with and you count out 52.
Oh
You're telling me you would call off the marriage?
No, because if we're about to do the marriage, then I know we're kind of locked in, but I'm just like, it's an example. But I love a man that's experienced already.
But the question is, at what point will they be disqualified? That's the question.
At 100.
At 100?
Yes.
Disqualifies the man. Not what are you uncomfortable with or what you think. It's what number is like, yo, I can't deal with this guy.
Yeah.
Or there might be no number at all. Some girls don't. But what is that number for you?
I guess I wouldn't say there's a number because it would have to do with the reasoning.
So at 20, you would start
number.
asking questions.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you?
It doesn't matter to me.
I don't know. Like, there's not really a number. Other than that, I really don't care because they're probably going to lie about their body count.
Anyway,
so, and I'm probably going to lie about mine. So,
okay.
It doesn't matter to me. And I was checking my.
So what do we learn here? We learned that they don't care about body count. We already technically knew that. It's the implications of it when you juxtapose this conversation with other conversations that they have where they try to trot out a man's body count. They try to equalize the two things. We saw it happen in this conversation here.
But having sex with different men makes you a slut.
Well, what does it make you if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker.
Now, I said I was never going to use Jesse Lee Peterson's clip again for reasons that I'm not going to get into right now. But that one is so classic, I had to use it. But it illustrates the point to where why would they even try to equalize it when it's something that they clearly don't care about? They do that to try to gain leverage in a discussion to try to make it seem like a man's sexual past is no different from their sexual past. So that way they could still have full carte blanche to be as promiscuous as they want and then get traditional treatment on the back end. It's the way for them to be modern and traditional at the same time, or get modern or have modern behavior and get traditional treatment by trying to make it seem like they care about a man's body count just as much as a man cares about their body count. But the truth be told, we care, they don't. Women actually get more turned on and attracted to a guy that they know have more experience. You kind of heard that in the discussion that they were having right there. They get a kick out of taming the wild beast. They want to tame that wild savage beast. We want to train a puppy. It is a completely different thing. We don't want to boldly go where many men have gone before, but it's a completely different thing from male to female. We can't control or help that. We find out a woman have been with 500 men. We can't control or help that we're going to be less attracted to her. Just like they can't control or help that when they find out that a guy is an incel, they're going to be less attracted to him. So when they try to leverage the argument to make it seem like we shouldn't view them any different or judge them any different, but if you find out a guy is 30 and he has never had sex despite his, him trying, it's not from lack of effort. He was trying, just nobody would do it. They can't help the fact that they're going to see him as problematic. They're going to see him as something being wrong with him. And that's the same way that men view that woman who has that really high body count. Now, the truth of the matter in this modern time, it's no way of knowing. There's no way of knowing the absolute truth. So that's why I tend to stay away from these discussions. But when they start talking about it from the perspective of we should view them no differently, when they start trying to leverage their ability to be promiscuous and have us not care, to have men joining the slut walks and being supportive of women who act like that, it's okay if that's what they are, and this is what and it just is what it is, and they accept it and accept the consequences of it. But it is a whole nother thing when it's argued and leveraged that the man should be treating her no different than any other woman. Why? Because, well, men have high body counts and then they will still get treated the same. A woman will still love them all the same. Yes, a woman will do that, but a woman won't love a broke man the way that a man will love a broke woman. There's just outright, flat out differences. But the fact that once they can freely admit that they don't care about a man's body count, then at that point, it should never be leveraged as a counterbalance in a conversation, ever. Lastly, if we're just talking about casual sex and hooking up, a man shouldn't care as much. If you're talking about something long-term, he should care, because past performance is an indicator of future performance. And in her past, if she was willing to hop right in bed with a bunch of men at a moment's notice, who's to say that she wouldn't do that in the future? A woman who is repulsed by the idea of just hopping into bed quickly with a man is a woman who's more suited for long term. They don't want that to be the case, so they try to argue out of both sides of their mouth. And last but not least, this video right here is the video that the YouTube algorithm chose for you. I didn't pick this one. I had the YouTube algorithm pick it for you. That means this is a video that Skynet actually believes that you want to watch. Don't disappoint Skynet. Click on the video. And with that said, we are out of here. Peace. We are going.